approval of last month's committee meeting minutes. Motion by Supervisor Sokol, second by Supervisor Vanslo. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
All those in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and at this time I will turn it over to Social Services.
Good morning. I'm here for Maureen Schmidt, Cynthia Schrock-Seeley, Deputy Commissioner, along with Julie Montero, to present some things to the board. I do have an extra copy in case anybody needs a copy. We had a couple of changes, but I'll try to move through the requests pretty quickly, since this is my first time doing it. Just let me know if
You're good so far.
if I need some help. So the first one is we'd like to request approval from the chairman and the treasurer to submit applications for the youth program funds, and this is outlined in the 2015 resource allocation plan that was attached with the agenda.
Supervisor Vanslo.
I'd like to move 1 and 2. They seem to follow each other.
All right. Seconded by Supervisor Sokol. Any further discussion on items 1 or 2? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Then in that case, we'll move on to item 3.
That's great. If I could just make one
Sure,
comment. In case
absolutely.
anybody notices this later, we did, last year, since Supervisor Vanslo was, so eloquently bunched these together, last time we made this request, the youth court was separated out, but we have put it all together, and, Julie has done that.
Okay.
So the third one is we'd like to request to amend the budget, the county budget, to increase both the revenues and appropriations in the amount of $17,885 for the 2015 Youth Development Delinquency Prevention Programs. That is also outlined.
Those
Okay.
1 and 2. The money piece of that.
Supervisor Sokol, do we have a second? Supervisor Vanslo, any discussion on this? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Move on to 4.
Okay, we'd like to request permission for 8 staff members to attend the 2015 New York Public Welfare Association's annual conference, this time in Saratoga Springs from July 20th through the 22nd, 2015.
All right, Supervisor Vanslo.
I would like to move 4 and 5.
Seconded by Supervisor Sokol. Any discussion on 4 or 5? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, anything, Cynthia, that you'd like to add, or is that, you're good with? I know we bunched them again, and I just didn't know if there's anything that you wanted to add.
That's completely
Okay.
fine. I appreciate that very much. I had 2 brief items just to put out there, not for any votes today.
Okay.
And I don't know if you wanted me to do that prior to Julie's report on the budget,
Is
or
that
Dee
our-
from Countryside.
Is that our duty?
There's fine.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and we'll hit your items as long as we're
Okay. We've had some discussion in our office about moving the senior fraud investigator to the position of investigations coordinator. There are many reasons for this. She's actually been doing an excellent job with her position right now, but she's moving into more training. She's also going to be taking on some more collections work, which is outside of the scope of her current position. And she has been working closely with the TA, SNAP, HEAP, Medicaid, and daycare units, and we'll be doing some more of that, which aligns more closely with the investigations coordinator position. That would be moving from a grade 13 to a 15, which is a little bit jump in salary, but a lot more scope of her employment. It will be more comprehensive. So just wanted to throw that out there for discussion. Maureen will bring that to your attention perhaps at the next committee meeting.
okay. All right.
Okay, the next item is that we have had, now for the second time currently, a part-time social services attorney position posted. I believe today is the last day of the posting. Perhaps it's tomorrow, but since it's a Saturday, it's essentially today. To my knowledge, we have not gotten any applications for that. So we're having a difficult time trying to fill that position part-time. So there may be some further discussion on that in the future.
Okay.
Thank you.
Why don't we move on to D then?
The first item, or the only item that I have on the agenda, is request to renew our contract with Mahoney Notifier, who provides our fire alarm system to the facility. I did have to make one amendment because I forgot one fee that they charge, so the total amount that we would pay them for the year is $1,514.50. And this is something that is required by Department of Health.
All right, do we have a motion for that?
Wanna get in the minutes, Rachel?
Been pretty quiet. Why don't you do this one?
Go ahead, raise
You
your
want-
hand.
Do a first and then a second.
Take,
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Supervisor Sokol. Do we have a second? Supervisor
Second.
Vanslo.
Hearing a lot of weight today.
I'll restrain my comments. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item?
No, none, thank you.
Okay. Hearing that then, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, I guess we can move on now to the overtime report?
Yep, that's your second page in your packet, and we are basically on scale for what we were last year with our overtime.
All right. Anything else for D? All right, thank you, Dee. It was brief and
Yep.
we'll move over to Julie for the finances.
Okay, for our overtime report, we're really staying well under last year, which is our goal. Right now, we're coming in quite well. It's nice because most of our caseworkers, their core training's behind them, so we're seeing a lot less in that area. Our foster care program finally has everybody back, so hopefully we will continue keeping our overtime down. And for our revenue and expenditures, I don't know if you've had time to take a look at it, but our expenditures are pretty much on target through the end of May. Our revenue is still down a little bit, however, the state fiscal year ends in March, and we've started seeing a lot of their claim settlements come in June. So I think next month you'll see a lot more revenue. Any questions?
Okay, anything else for social services this morning?
Yes.
Chairman?
I know you're gonna have discussion about the part-time attorney, but do you have some thoughts of why we're not being able to hire somebody, you know, I mean, you should bring that to Paul's attention and so we can try to rectify that, see if we can get you some help.
I believe that there's been some discussion already, and actually with the county attorney's office as well. Thank you.
I think, Mr. Chairman, just so you know, the issue is trying to get somebody who is a part-time attorney to do that work, and I think we're gonna have to come up with another solution ultimately. And Maureen and I did have some conversations, and I know she was having some conversations, as you mentioned, with the county attorney's office, because they're also looking for a part-time attorney. And maybe not, just one of the thoughts we're having is maybe we ought to try to do a combined position of some kind. So, that may be something that is introduced to you, at a future meeting.
Rachel, did you have something?
No, I was just looking for a little more of an explanation regarding why it's so difficult to, find a part-time attorney, but I think you can cover it.
Okay. Anything else then for social services? Supervisor Sokol?
You did an excellent job today.
Thank you.
I'll
Actually like you
check
better
it.
than this.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled to know that. Anything else regarding social services then? Hearing nothing, a motion to adjourn? Supervisor Vanslo, seconded by Supervisor Seaver. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was my birthday gift to you, just so you know, I didn't ask any questions,